Oi, Ragers of the Internet. My name's Ben from the band HELLRAGER. We're a Canadian rock and roll band. And on behalf of myself and my bandmates, Heavy and Beard, we welcome you to HELLRAGER, the Internet Show, Episode 1. Cheers to rage.
Pop all the devil can and shit. Pass it off as a radio hit. Pop talk from the bubble gum. Turn the soul to be number one.
You know, it's strange. You do this for so long, you completely forget why you're even doing it in the first place. Next thing you know, you're old as dirt, and everything's silent. The stage lights have long gone out. The party's run dry. You can't even remember what a ringing phone sounds like. All you're left with is fragments of who you thought you were. So now what? Yeah, man, me and Heavy, we go back. We've done some gigging.
Oh yeah, fuck, we've played some shows.
I'm gonna dump my pants. Look at these Ultimate Fighter Jimmy Page shorts. They should have had those shorts in Karate Cop.
Everybody loves fucking blowjobs.
Yeah, music stuff aside though, we're pretty tight. We stick tight. Dennis is he's my brother, man. Like long before this band and long after it goes up in flames, you know, we're gonna be together.
There was an instant bond that happened, 25 years ago.
Oh, HELLRAGER. How'd this come about? Well, really wasn't doing nothing. My brain wasn't working right. I was just not, no music, no nothing. Life was quiet. Life was dark. But there was Heavy. And Heavy always kept coming around. Always kept asking, want to jam?
Fucking want to jam. I just want to jam. Do you want to jam?
With all due respect, what the fuck?
And finally, he broke.
Was working with this young dude. Great guy. Super nice guy, quiet kid. Was in AC/DC, Metallica, Green Day, like scotch, like cigars. We just were talking about tunes. He'd never really been in a band, always wanted to jam, and it was kind of not really throwing the kid a bone, but it kind of felt like, let's give in here. So I told him, yeah, I got a buddy.
Things are starting to go pretty good at first.
So kind of what made the whole jamming thing cool is that we were doing something a tad bit different, The young dude we were playing with played guitar, so Heavy jumped on the drums. I never played bass in a band before. I was like, all right, let's fucking dangle these dangle-angers here, let's fucking try this shit out. It was going good, and
Once we started writing originals, things changed.
he couldn't solo in the right key. I don't know what a key is either, and that's why I wasn't going to write the guitar solos. So I was like, Heavy, you want to write the guitar solos? I don't want to write the fucking guitar solos, So that's when we realized maybe we got to figure something out here.
Ben had written these crazy, awesome songs that I started to put some drums to. He just didn't understand the concept.
This sweet little honey, fucking give her up top, woo, then you give her down low. Then you give her up top again. Then you go bow, 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 bow.
Fucking Dean.
Fucking Diener.
And that happened to be the last straw. I sent out a text message that night, basically telling him he's not the right fit. The next morning, I get a message from Boom.
I woke up to a funny text from Heavy saying, don't worry, I did it so you guys could still be friends. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Heavy gave him the boot.
So we just started kicking around names. There's a lot of great local talent that we have here where we're from. So Boom and I just started going over who could potentially do it.
Kind of just had the idea of like writing these grimy, kind of grungy rock tunes, but we kind of have these metal roots where we just love wailing guitars. Like we wanted like a metal shredder to rip over our brand of rock and roll. That was kind of what was going on in our head, you know? So it was basically, how about this guy? I don't really want to hang out with that guy. Well, how about this guy? Isn't he a roid junkie, this guy? Well, how about this guy? You know, there's no guy. Needed something real special, you know?
So Boom said, how about Beard? And I was all in.
Just said fuck it. I was like, dude, I was like, I'm calling Beard. Like, we're just not gonna fuck around. That's the guy. Heavy was like, doesn't he live like 600 kilometers away? So I was like, well, yeah, he does, but he's also flying to Vancouver for band practice to shred with this other band. So pretty sure I could like bro him down into doing it, you know, even if he wasn't into the tunes. Hindsight, you wouldn't want to get a dude that just does it to be a buddy. So just hit him up. Just hit him up and see how he liked the tunes.
We interrupt this fucking internet thing to bring you a word from our sponsor.
Oh my! What happened? Call 2 doctors! Bro, don't be a bitch. Just pour some beer on it.
Beer bomb, bro.
Beer bomb, bro.
Beer bomb, bro. Possible side effects for HELLRAGER Beer Bomb may include nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea, headache, dizziness, high blood pressure, low sperm count, dry mouth, wet mouth, mush mouth, loose lips, loose vagina, Cornwall crotch rot, the drip, the grip, the itch, the clap, the crabs, gonocephalherpalades, teenage pregnancy, spilly talking, spontaneously start speaking French even though you don't know how to speak French, belligerence, asinine religious and political views. HELLRAGER Beer Bomb may also cause your parents to start hating you because you've been an asshole lately. Warning, may turn a 3 into a 9.
You have no idea. Hit that! Woo! That's how you do it.
I met Beardo maybe like
Met him pretty much 8-9 years ago, I would say.
10 years ago, something like that.
Well, you met him before I did, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I met him at the studio here in town. They were coming off the Anvil tour.
Coming into town for a little bit of Ripper. Just actually was endorsed by Indie Guitars, little CW old G guitar company, if anyone knows it. So came down to the studio to come check out the whole warehouse and pick up some merch and guitars. And a good friend of ours, Bones, kind of introduced us. And yeah, it was a little, hit it off right away with the GSP Montreal Stag Down.
Thing I remember the most actually is he turned around to walk away into the studio and hanging out of his back pocket, and there it was, a GSP headband. I was like, hey, yo, is that GSP headband? He's like, yeah. I knew we're gonna be cool.
And then I think we had some fucking beers after. I can't remember, but there were beers.
And the first time I met Beard, he was on tour with his band, and they were playing at a show in our hometown.
Yeah, we booked him in one of our last gigs.
One of our last gigs, yeah. It was actually it was our last gig.
Almost like a fucking, like we knew each other already when I met him, so it was pretty nice.
They closed that show, and I remember, sitting back after we played and watching them, and just blown away, absolutely blown away.
Shredders. Shreds.
I did not know how big the fuck the guy was, and I just felt comfortable in his arms.
Oh, dude, you see right through me.
Booze does stuff to you, right?
Is this on video camera? I would say, yeah, we always have a good time. Whether it's jamming, partying, hanging. When we're not doing work, it gets a little bit out of hand, I would say. But yeah, we always have a good time.
So yeah, when we knew we wanted Beard, called him up. I don't know if it was a call or a internet message.
No, you called him.
Look at that.
I remember getting the phone call after.
Heavy's gonna write the Boom memoir. Yeah, and just kind of
that I put in that.
Just told him what kind of we were doing, a little rundown. Told him the show and kind of our idea, just having a good time. No agenda, no plans on big tours, and
it gets a little bit intense. Little white lightning, a little bit of tequila sunrise, and you do what you do.
He asked us, do you have a couple songs ready to go? Thinking that maybe we only had a couple. We jammed a bit, and then we had some songs recorded. But I remember him asking, send me over what you've recorded, and I ended up sending him 14 songs.
Yeah, complete songs.
Complete, yeah.
All the tracks demoed and weighed down. Like, all right, now you got to do your thing, yeah.
If I'm being honest, when the original idea had come up of recording the HELLRAGER stuff, it was, I believe, at the UFC that we were attending. And I didn't even know if it was real. I thought there was an idea of a band. I didn't know there were songs already written. So I almost nonchalantly said, yeah, sure, we'll be in a rock and roll fucking band. Who doesn't want to be in a rock and roll band? So of course I said yes. And then 14 songs showed up in my email. And I said, I guess we got a rock and roll band. So I started writing some fucking solos. And it was a wonderful process. Something I've never done before. A way I've never done it before. So everything was learning on the process and learning on the fly. So yeah, it was really good. I was really stoked with how that all went through, though.
It's like I knew he was going to be down because he's just a solid dude, and we always have such a great time together. We don't see each other super often, so it's always like nice big events, like private Sal's in the UFC in Toronto when we went down that his boys set up for us, a nice little private bar area, private bathroom, little section for ourselves. It's a nice little Polish ladies right in front of us. Just such a nice good time, nice classy good people. So who wouldn't want to recreate these times as much as possible?
I didn't quite get the vision right out the gate. The songs were very raw form when they came to me, and I hadn't added a parts to it yet. I had never written with the guys, so it was also learning how to write with these guys. And I'm predominantly like a fucking metal dude, heavy fucking metal dude, so I'm usually writing a lot more technical stuff. I was learning a little bit to pull back and still give the goods, but pull back a little bit. So I enjoyed the process of it, but at first I wasn't seeing the vision. But as things progressed and the writing went, it started to become clearer and clearer, and yeah, it started to get a lot more fun. I started to get more in tune and dialed into.
With Beardo, it's like Heavy said, it's like all the same interests. We're into all the same things. Being born within just a few years between the three of us even. It's really nice to just...
And that was all be on the same page. That's what that was.
It's like my Urkel sense.
At the point that they're at right now, since they're not even a finished product at the moment, I couldn't be happier with the process and where it's at. I think they're going to be, everyone's going to be impressed. I think we're a little more impressed than we thought it was going to be, so I think that's good.
Yeah, and I don't even know if we asked him when he agreed if he even liked the songs. He said he was down. We're like, well, make sure that you like the what?
We just got a track back of him recording over it before we even got the answer on if he liked the song. He sent us a track with a lead and solo over one of the songs, and we were just like, oh, I guess he fucking likes it, right?
He was getting it. There was no like coming from. He's a metal shredder, right? He can play a bazillion notes in a second, speed of light fast, but having to dial it down for a nice groove for the rock and roll style, you know. He was sending us stuff back. We weren't even sending him any notes. We were just like, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
I think maybe on like 10th or 11th song, he sent something back where Heavy and I just looked at each other and we were kind of like, he's fucking with us.
Yeah, he's definitely fucking with us.
Like, what is this? So we just hit him back like, all right, when you send in the real one. He was like, that was my favorite solo on the whole record.
The day I walked in here and got that vest, I remember that so fondly, so vividly. That was a very proud moment for me, you know. I've never been a CW Cornwall fucking OG, and I've just always had an opportunity to hang with them. So it felt very homecoming in a way for me, because I'm not home. My home's actually Quebec, so I'm never home in Ontario, but coming to Cornwall is about as close as you get to Quebec and feel home, I guess, in Ontario.
We didn't really know what the songs were going to be. There was no real objective. It was just kind of only rule mockingly was no clean channel.
No clean channel. And that wasn't mockingly. You came out and said,
yeah, no clean channel.
There's not going to be any clean channel.
Let's just be fast, loud, aggressive. And Beard got every little bit of that, you know, like... He really understood. To him, it's dialing it back, and to us, it throws our songs into overdrive. The songs without Beard is a different band. The songs with Beard is Hellrager.
I would say stoked is an understatement. Like, was very excited to get out of my natural environment and do this thing, because it was really something that was challenging for me. And I think having all this music come in during the pandemic and all the bullshit that we had to all fucking go through, it gave my mind a place to go to be creative when I wasn't allowed to be creative where I was. So it was a wonderful thing to have at the most pristine time, but was very challenging in the regard of learning to write a different way, have a different spot in a band, and try to flourish in that spot, you know. So, but it was very challenging, and that's one of my favorite things, is to be challenged with what I do.
You get used to listening to the demos, you know, when you just work on them so long and you're just jamming two dudes for so long, like
2 years, right? 2 years.
And then we're starting to get used to hearing these songs.
Once we got back those tracks with him playing, it just that was us. That we knew we had something special. The three of us made it happen.
Yeah. At our age, it's like you kind of have to be selfish.
You do.
It's not to say that we don't care what anyone wants to hear, but we want to just do our thing. You know, we want to play what we want to play, and we want to hear what we want to hear. And if people like it, it's super cool. We're not forcing you to listen to it, but it's really the bands that we love, you know. They're long forgotten, long gone, and we're just kind of bringing us back to a time when we were having a party. you just start playing these songs and you feel like you're 15 years old in your first punk band with your buddies, you know? It's like you're looking for a smoke shop to play in, or a closed down art center, or a library with no bookshelves in it. Just looking for anywhere to play, cram all the people in there. You want to go back to a time when things were a little bit simpler, you know?
Let's fucking do this.
Dudes and dudettes, we want to sincerely thank you for taking the time to watch Hellrager, the Internet Show, Episode 1. So here's our video for the song Pop Killer off our debut EP. Thank you so much again. Please like, comment, subscribe to the internet things for more Hellrager content coming soon. Thanks, y'all.